Greetings to all viewers and especially subscribers of my channel. In this video, we are going to talk about Sarada's future powers, her SUSANOO, Byakugo, and many new secret powers. Sarada Uchiha is the heiress, and I won't be afraid of this word, strong and the great clan that came from Indra Otsutsuki. This girl that, contrary to all expectations, reached a new level due to her tenacity of ninjutsu and her desire to become stronger. On my channel, you can already watch an analysis of Boruto's potential abilities, but now I would like to think a little about what skills Sarada will or could develop, and believe me, her potential is not that inferior, but also dominates in some way. I would be grateful if you would like the video in advance and write in the comments how you think Sarada will awaken her Mangeky Sharingan. Thank you and enjoy watching. Let's start from afar. Sarada, from an early age, being a genin of the academy, awakened her Sharingan, and interestingly awakened it not because of negative emotions as is customary, but from positive ones. The girl was deeply moved by the upcoming meeting with Sasuke and acquired Sharingan with one Tamo. In the same arc, Sarada, in addition to awakening the Sharingan, showed that she already in her early years had excelled chakra control, which like her mother allowed her to make powerful and deadly blows by concentrating her chakra. It is also worth noting that in the novel, Sarada excelled at copying ninjutsu. Yes, we are talking about Raikyu, which Sarada copied and later used against Shinki. And do not forget that Sarada as Boruto is being trained by Sasuke, and the girl can already use some fire techniques like any Uchiha, and Sasuke also taught her with his signature Chidori technique. So what we have based on the canon, Raiton Ninjutsu, Katon Ninjutsu, excelled chakra control and Sharingan, due to which Sarada copies her opponent's techniques and traps them into her Genjutsu. As for me, Sarada at the moment already has all the skills to become a Chunin, but as usual, she will not stop at this stage of development, but will progress and become more stronger, so that in the upcoming battles she will stand side by side with Boruto, Mitsuki, and Kawaki. As you know, we are in for a series of battles against new enemy and the new organization of Kara. Code, the leader of the organization, is already lecturing a new roster with which not only Sasuke and Naruto will have to deal, but their new generations and therefore genins must become stronger. Let's talk about Sarada's Sharingan first. Since everything will be clearly visible here, it would be stupid not to mention it. The battle of Sarada vs Boro has already featured her Tamo Sharingan in the manga. This is important precisely in the manga, so Sarada, like Sasuke in a battle against Naruto, can adjust to the attacks of opponents and literally foresee their subsequent attacks for further counterattack. And this is just an ideal passive ability for a girl that, like her mother, can cause serious and fatal damage with her physical attacks. Remember how Sakura rushed through Madara, as a result of which he jumped with a pain and Naruto and Sasuke had to save her before? Now imagine that Sarada will run at her opponent in the same way, but due to the help of her Sharingan, she anticipates the enemy's attack, dodges, and inflicts a fatal blow on them. Cool, isn't it? And this is just the beginning. As I mentioned earlier, Sarada has already shown that she's able to copy some techniques and fighting styles of other shinobi she oversees. You will say, so what, how does this help? It will help with the fact that Sarada can develop her skills many times faster than her partners. Remember how strong Sasuke became just by watching Rock Lee's fighting style? One short battle, Lee said, allowed Sasuke to if not become a stronger taijutsu master, but cut years of training in this style of fighting to a single battle. Lee was literally amazed at how Sasuke copied all of his exact movements and repeated them against Gaara, and even that was not all. Sasuke in one of the novels trampled on the words of Kakashi that he was trained so much by Orochimaru. According to Sasuke, he learned through the Sharingan by copying Orochimaru's movements. Got it? Sarada, like her father, is able without wasting years of training to acquire skills she requires in battle in no time. Well, let's not forget about Genjutsu. Despite the fact that Boruto's manga forgets about existence of this type of jutsu, I'm sure Sarada will succeed in Genjutsu made by Sharingan, which according to Itachi is many times more effective than the usual illusion created by non-Uchiha. So we're done with Sharingan. What do we have on chakra control? Sadara's chakra control, if she has not yet reached her mother's level, then taking into account her progress over several chapters, will someday reach her level, and perhaps the girl will surpass even Sakura and Tsunade with her skills. Good chakra control without taking into account strong blows allows shinobi not to waste huge reserves of chakras on techniques. Ebisu that taught Naruto noted that Naruto, due to weak chakra control ability, has several times more chakra consumption than Sakura, and he pulls out battles solely due to the fact that he has this very chakra reserves many times more than his comrade is. Sarada, learning from Sakura, will be able to reduce the amount of chakra consumed for techniques, and as a result of which she will not need an additional source of energy, and she, like Itachi, will be able to confidently fight even those who have much more chakra. Also, let's not forget about Byakugo. Yes, here you can correct me and write that this is the peak of comprehension of Iryo ninjutsu according to Sakura and Shizune's words. But here I disagree with you. The point is that Byakugo is indeed the peak of Iryo ninjutsu, and it allows the user to heal without any use of seals. But in fact, Byakugo is peak of the user's chakra control. Basically, Byakugo is not a difficult technique, but mastering it is another matter. It takes a long time through perfect chakra control to take energy into the special mark in order to form Byakugo. This is a very painstaking technique, and one slightest mistake will lead to the fact that everything will have to be started from the beginning. But I'm sure that Sarada, while learning from Sakura, will be able to succeed, not only in Byakugo but also in medical techniques in general, since Iryo Nin is an extremely useful unit in the team. Also, let's not forget that Sarada is unlikely to stop at 3 Tamo Sharingan and in the future will acquire Mangeky. I think this will not be a surprising turn for anyone, since Sarada also needs to develop her eyes. Perhaps due to the death of someone close, she will acquire the hidden power of her eyes. It is worth noting here that at the moment Sarada no longer has any opportunity to purchase an internal Mangeky Sharingan in her arsenal because her father lost one of his eyes, which means that we can't even discuss transplanting matter. At the same time, doing so can lead not only to huge blood loss, but also leads the user to complete blindness. And the Byakugo technique comes for help that passively heals the user who activated it. Just imagine how Sarada will neutralize the rollback from the Mangeky Sharingan with her mother's medical technique, and I'm sure that this is how she will use her Mangeky, since this combination is an ideal symbiosis for the daughter of Sasuke and Sakura. At the expense of the techniques of her parents, the girl will be able to reach the stage of strength no one ever seen before, but I have not yet touched on the development through the techniques of lightning and fire, which will become many times stronger when the girl masters her chakra control and learns new techniques from her father. Chidori that allows you to cover the body with lightning and protect against close fighters, Kirin that allows you to literally destroy the enemy due to natural lightning, various Chidori's lightning blades, and so on. Given the fact that Sarada has mastered her father's technique, I'm sure she will begin to learn other skills that will help in the upcoming battles. And to accelerate development, as I said earlier, her Sharingan will definitely help. But something is still missing, don't you think? Maybe summoning technique. Sure, at this point I can't predict which summon Sarada will choose for herself. Maybe it will be Katsuyu, maybe Aoda, which is unlikely since Boruto in the anime has already acquired the summon technique of a snake. Or maybe even her father's Hawk Garuda. I'm still leaning towards Katsutu or Aoda. Or maybe Sarada will sign a contract with both creatures so that none of their parents get upset. On the other hand, loyal Katsuyu that can be given for the treatment of allies and communication between warriors, and on the other hand, same loyal Aoda that is ready to sacrifice himself for the sake of Sasuke and his daughter. In any case, we have to see a huge increase in girls' skills, which will happen either after time skip, which I'm sure many of you guys are waiting for, or in the upcoming chapters. This is all for this video, hope you liked it and see you in the next one.